Hey, everybody, I want to go over a submodality checklist with you. You're going to be using this throughout the book. This is one of the key factors to deep, lasting transformational change. So I just wanted to make sure you knew exactly what you're looking for when you're doing this work. Now, again, in chapter 1, we talk about modalities and submodalities, and basically it's how we code our subjective experience of our reality, okay, through our 5 senses: sight, sound, taste, smell, feeling, and then emotions too. Emotions got a really big part there. But whenever you're doing, you're setting up the modalities and you're finding out what your submodalities are for any given situation, whether it's a behavior or a belief or a feeling or whatever it is that you're trying to code. It's very important to be as accurate as you can. Now, starting off, it's going to be difficult, but as you do this, every time you do this, you're going to get better and better at this, and you'll find that your control over your subjective experience of reality will increase. Now, basically what we're looking at here is the main 3: visual, auditory, kinesthetic. So what I see and how I see it. So size of an image, this can be like larger than life, smaller than life, life size. Okay, it's just basically what is the size in comparison to normal. It can be black or white or color. Pretty cut and dry there. Moving or still. It can be associated or dissociated. Again, we talked about this in chapter 1. Associated being I'm seeing through my eyes, I'm hearing through my ears, I'm feeling through my body. And then dissociated is from a neutral standpoint. So if somebody was watching you in that situation, or if it was a fly in the wall observing you with no emotional or attachment to you, what's that like? Framed or panoramic, that's, I see it, it's a little smaller than life size or life size, and it's just taking up a TV size portion of my field of view, okay? Or panoramic is it takes up everything. So it fills everything. There's no end to it. I just basically everything. Location, so basically if I had to reach out and touch where I'm experiencing that visual aspect of that in my field of vision, it's going to be, right up here, or it's going to be right there, or it's going to be sometime behind us. It's just what's the location of that image, and you just write everything in there under the description. Auditory, how you hear it. So location of it, where am I hearing that? Okay, is it inside my head? Is it in between my ears? Is it in the front of my head, back of my head, so on and so forth? What direction is it coming from? This is important. Is it coming from, and then the next one too, internal or external. So is it coming from the side? Is it coming from behind? Is it coming from within? Is it coming from without? Okay, these are all things that you want to, ask yourself and get in touch with while you're breaking down the submodalities for again, whatever that is, that belief, that fear, that behavior, so on and so forth. Fast or slow, what's the tempo? Is it faster than normal, slower than normal? Okay, and is it high pitch or low pitch? What is the pitch of it? And again, these are the qualities. And the reason, I'm going to go over the kinesthetic here in a second, but the reason we're doing this is because once we have this locked in for whatever experience we're trying to code, we can change what that experience means to us and how it affects us moving forward by changing the submodalities. Okay, so changing it from black and white to color, or from moving to still, or associated to dissociated, so on and so forth. Or if it's auditory, changing the location, changing it from loud to soft, or fast to slow, or imagining it. And I talk about this in the book. Imagine it in the voice of a cartoon character or something like that, right? Anytime we change anything like that, we're actually changing our perception and our experience. So kinesthetic, location of the sensation, okay? And this can be physical. So I feel myself lying on a bed in this memory, and I feel it against my chest, right? Or it could be the emotion, right? I feel sad. And when I feel sad, I feel this emotion through here. Okay, so that would be the location. Size of the sensation, that makes sense. Again, in the physical example of lying on a bed, I feel it all throughout my left side. In an emotion, when I feel sad, I feel it through here, from my collarbone down to my solar plexus. So we got the shape of the sensation. Again, movement. Does it have any movement? Is it going up or down? Is it going from left to right? Or is it just completely stationary? Another one is it's spinning. So if this emotion or this feeling was spinning, what direction and what speed would it be spinning at? Vibration of sensation, pressure of the sensation, temperature, okay, weight, density of the sensation. And some of these are very, it's hard to make the distinction between them because they're all similar, but just do your best, right? Because you're also going to have that level of distinction on most of your other memories. And as you improve with this, then you'll be able to make a greater and sharper distinction between these different sensations. So what would you name this sensation? Would I name it anxiety? Would I name it pressure? Would I name it, what name would I put to that? And then, what's my posture like? What's my breathing like in this memory, in this experience? Okay. And this is great. You're going to use that a lot when you're modeling people later on in the book. It's going to be very important to be able to, our physiology a lot of times can affect our emotions and our state. So it's good to catalog and to be very descriptive. My shoulders are back, I'm standing up straight, I'm breathing shallow or I'm breathing deeply. Those are very, very important things to distinguish. So I know there's a lot of questions with this, but print out as many of these as you can. And again, just be as accurate as you possibly can with this. Write them in, and you'll see that as going through this book, this is going to help you out greatly. So hope that helped you out, and be talking to you soon. Thanks.